23.
Now we're talking. That's the voice of Kevin Gum, ladies and gentlemen. He is the proprietor of Main Street Coffee, a proud sponsor of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. I'm Danny Shenad. I'll be doing the play-by-play on this 5K. I guess it's a 3-mile run. I haven't ran since dogs were chasing me through the streets of Stapleton. It is a glorious day out here today for a race. Kevin, you're more of a runner than I am, but
Let's go, Melissa.
I know you've got a list of our sponsors today that are gonna that have contributed to our live broadcast. So we're super pumped to announce them. We want to give a huge shout out to some supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. We've always got windows. We are out there in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Don't be afraid to go across the bridge, because I'm telling you right now, they're going to pay for your tolls, and they got parking in Brooklyn. Parking in Brooklyn, two words that don't go together. Nobody cares. Check out our friends Duffy's on Forest Avenue, Staten Island Ferry Hawks, LeBron Team, Real Estate, Wynwood Restaurant and Lounge, JustEatBetter.com, Sepe Pizza Bar, St. Peter's Boys High School always has our back, Sidetrack, Calco Roofing. The list goes on and on. This is the 7th annual SSG Mike OLLIS Run, and we are happy to be here today. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see us. This is Danny Shenad and Kevin Gum. Kevin, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. A beautiful day in Dorp, Staten Island.
Sound good? Yeah, everything good with you? It's a beautiful day out here today. We're expecting over 1,000 people, participants, runners, and walkers combined. Now, you're a big supporter of Nobody Cares Sports, but more importantly, you're an active athlete. You've been one for some time, not professional, just like many of the people out here today. This is a flat course up and down North and South Railroad Avenue through central Staten Island. If you're unfamiliar with SSG, Michael OLLIS' story, it's a tremendous one. He gave his life and sacrificed his life for our freedom, but he also jumps on a grenade for a Polish soldier.
Amazing.
Absolutely incredible. Fighting it with international counterparts overseas. Sacrificed his life in the Middle East, and 7 years later, we still here celebrate his life. They have a saying here, live like Mike, and that's exactly what we're all doing here this afternoon, or this morning, I should say.
Yeah, live like Mike. Local neighborhood boy. Then you say not professional, but many people do confuse me with a professional athlete because of my superior running skills.
Sure, I can see that. No, I mean, you're certainly there's always an athlete in a family, so I guess you could say you're an athlete in a family, but your daughter, Ava Gum, is...
I think she just ran by us, Ava Gum there, wearing the pink bandana.
So she's what we might call a contender for the female category. Also a contender for the female category would be the winner of the Memorial Day run, and Melissa Craker.
Yes.
Right, so she's the Memorial Day run winner. This is an official leg of the Staten Island Triple Crown, I believe.
Yeah, the first leg, that's correct. And Melissa Craker, a tremendous athlete, surviving the test of time, always up there, the top 1-2 athletes at all these road races locally on Staten Island. You see a lot of other local people out here. I see actually some people I went to high school. It seems like 40 years ago. I see Pat Mooney from the Spike Shoe Club. I think he's actually wearing his senior penny over there. I see Matt Amato, a new up-and-coming superstar, St. Charles graduate. Several local people show up for this race. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Right. And I believe I also sent you a list of some people that I think might be contenders, because I pretend to do some sort of work here in the community. But I spoke to a couple of people. Now, we know Jose de Villa. He is out of the Latin Run Club. He won the Memorial Day run. We're expecting him to get out to a hot start. There's two brothers as well that ran last year's race. They came in second, I believe. What their names are, I don't know.
Two brothers.
Two brothers. It's officially 9 a.m., so we're expecting the race to get underway. Dave Michaels, Francesco Borgognone from Farrell, and Nick Foster as well. We're expecting to be up there at the front of the pack. If they're not, they're going completely back on their word that they were going to sprint for the first 100 yards and give me something to talk about. As we zoom in here on the runners at the front of the race.
Starting line starting to get a little crowded, getting a little tight. People elbowing for first position so they could get out fast, not get boxed in at the start.
Cap, now's the perfect time for a selfie. You should take out your phone and do a selfie with it. I constantly need to take selfies.
I might have one on file, Dan, because I often take selfies of myself.
Oh, I see. Well, we're looking for a fresh one here. Live on the back of an FDNY Gator. Shout out to Chris. He is our chauffeur today, the best pace car driver east of
What
the
up,
Mississippi.
Chris? Here come the bagpipers.
That's right. As you can tell, the bagpipers are now left of camera. Salute.
God bless.
And the runners are approaching the starting line. We are officially past 9 a.m. on this beautiful Sunday, June 11th, live on YouTube. Nobody Cares Sports Network. You ready for this?
I am ready.
Fantastic.
Ready as I'm ever going to be.
That's good stuff.
I just don't want to do too good of a job because you might ask me back.
Yeah. Normally we'd have Ray Palma in the booth. You know, he's a fan favorite, but I don't think Ray's much of a runner.
I love Ray. Easy
E, Commodore fan favorite. You know,
what happened to the Commodore?
I think he got eaten by a gator. They must really feed people to the lions down there.
I heard he's building golf balls down in Florida somewhere.
That makes sense. Well, we're securing our rations now as we prepare to take off. This gator's going to travel at about 15 miles per hour. We're hoping to stay in front of the pack as best as possible. I can't make any promises. If you're out there tuned in on the beach, wherever you are, like, share, send this out. This is the 7th annual SSG Mike OLLIS Run, live from the streets of Dorp.
Yeah, they're coming.
This race is going to go through South Railroad Avenue and North Railroad Avenue. It will finish on Dorp Lane.
Yeah, we're going to cross over to Grand City momentarily. Loop back around several of the local establishments here. Dorp Lane is a very bustling business district on Staten Island. A lot of shopping, a lot of good eats. A couple of runouts. People want to keep ready, keep relaxed, keep their body warm. It's almost like you want to be in mid-form as the race starts, Dan. That's why you see a lot of people keep moving about.
Constantly shuffling their feet. Nobody's standing still, certainly not even all the way in the back of the pack for people that are just walking the race, right? It's important to stay loose.
Absolutely.
Not too hot out here today. It's about 79 degrees right now.
It's a good day.
So it's perfect
Partly
course,
cloudy. Yeah,
I would say,
yeah, perfect
atmosphere.
course. We got a fast start, Dan. We're going to go downhill slightly as we get to Jefferson Avenue, and then we're going to loop around under the train, and then we're going to come back up North Railroad, which is a little bit of an incline. It's going to test the runners out. Then they're going to flatten out, do a loop down south. We're going to come back down North Railroad, up Dorp Lane, down to Bancroft, back down North Railroad, and then we're going to finish up on Dorp Lane for the 3.1 miles. 5K, if you will.
And this is one of the best, if not the best, local run in New York City. We're seeing in the 70s and the 80s, even the 90s, streets closing down and people coming out of their homes to, cheer runners on, whether it's for a parade or a charity event. And those kind of things don't happen anymore. It's so hard to get a permit to shut a street down for a block party, let alone a 5K race. But they do it here in the streets of Dorp, Staten Island, 7 years in a row. The SSG Mike OLLIS Run, Live Like Mike, is about to be underway.
Comes Ava Gum, staying warm, doing a little run out. These memorial races are a great way, Dan, to bring that community together. You've got the Marty Egan run. You've got one of the runs that I used to do many years ago, which was part of the Triple Crown, was the Al Ronaldson run, which was ran by the FDNY. They used to shut down the roads around Susan Wagner, great barbecues afterwards, a lot of fun. You had the Marty Selick run. Just a great way for the community to come together and enjoy the day.
Absolutely. As we welcome people, broadcast still early, a Sunday morning, a beautiful one at that. Danny Chenard, Kevin Gum on the call as we await the start of the SSG Mike OLLIS Run. We're riding the back of an FDNY Gator, Kevin. It's pretty unconventional, but Nobody Cares Sports Show. We got to have a pace card for this event. It's our 4th year in a row doing it, and they ask us back every year. I think it's awesome.
It is. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. 9:05. We're always running a little behind. The runners always get a little antsy. They're at the starting line. They're all looking at their watches. They're warmed up, ready to go.
I'm certainly antsy myself. You see, the problem is my legs fall asleep somewhere around mile 2.
You call those legs?
Well, that's definitely a shot fired far too early. And then, like, I already feel it. Like, I already have, like, tingling sensations and whatnot. The ceremonies have begun.
It's like we're going to have a hog leading us. We might have to talk a little louder.
Yeah, we've got the Rolling Thunder Motorcycle Club will be leading the pack.
Listen, the Rolling Thunder, a tremendous organization. They do a lot for the neighborhood. I know my daughter's growing up, part of the Girl Scouts would actually receive patches from the Rolling Thunder to put on their uniforms, and they would bring them into the Marine division over there down in Clove Lakes, and just explain to them, what America's all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They do a tremendous amount of events here in the community, not only in Staten Island, but throughout the entire tri-state area. Out here again representing today for a great cause. The runners are underneath the Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union starting line.
Sponsors.
Shout out to all the sponsors out here, you know what I mean?
Gotta love the sponsors, Dan.
Gotta love the sponsors.
We wouldn't be where we are today without the sponsors.
Wouldn't be without them. I'm expecting Joe LeBron in person today. I'm expecting Charlie from Calco Roofing in person today. Told the people to come on down and meet the public, see what you're supporting. And the tension is absolutely palpable right now. You could feel it in your bones.
A lot of runners starting to grab their wrists, which means they're ready to set their watches off.
Atmosphere is electric. You might want to have a timer to see what, if you can get a stopwatch going so that we know what the official time is. That'd be best for people at home.
Sounds like a great idea.
Oftentimes people will ask, what's the split times? Where are you on a mile marker? Figure I'd invite you, Kevin. You're a native here in Dorp. You can help us identify markings on the road where we are.
Yes, absolutely. Splits are important. If you could run a nice 5-minute split for the mile, Dan. You ever run a 5-minute mile?
I don't want to talk about me. And I feel like it's the second time it's shifted.
Yes, well, I have never run a 5-minute mile, but many of these people in this race have run 5-minute miles, which is a feat of amazement on its own. But, every mile you hit 5 minutes, you finish the race a little above 15 minutes.
It's 9:09 right now. The race is officially 9 minutes behind. Once again, this is the 7th annual SSG Mike OLLIS Run. A big shout out to all of our sponsors: St. Peter's High School, Staten Island Ferry Hawks, Windows We Are, Duffy's on Forest Avenue, Staten Island, Seppi Pizza Bar, Wynwood Restaurant and Bar in Irby. Big shout out to those guys. We're just so happy to be here this afternoon. I've been up all night. I never stopped working. Well, that's what we do. LeBron Team Real Estate in the house. And our friends, of course, at Go Better, justeatbetter.com. Christine, I better see you running this race today. Got to put somebody in a Nobody Cares shirt eventually, because you know that none of our staff will ever be in the front of the pack.
Michael OLLIS, he grew up about 2 blocks from the starting line here, right on Burbank. And you'll notice as soon as the race starts, we'll go by his memorial, which will be to the runner's left. It hangs on the train station fence. There's a number of flags. I'm not sure the amount of flags that are up, and they actually just put a new picture of Michael up. I live in the neighborhood myself, often walk my dog. I always throw out a Hail Mary every time I walk by Michael.
And I think that's one of the more special parts of this particular run, is that it runs right through the childhood neighborhood of Mike OLLIS.
Yep.
It's not just chosen to be in a central part of Staten Island. It's not chosen to be in the place that's easiest to close the roads. It's here for a specific reason, to pay homage to Mike so that we all come to his neighborhood. And it's a family affair, man. You meet his mom, you meet his dad. They're all here every year. His family is here. People come from all over the world, Kevin. Runners, Army personnel, military personnel. They'll run with weights on their back, make personal challenges of it. And many ways we see that's done with Tunnel to Towers Foundation and their story.
Absolutely.
That's, of course, why we see them here today as well, along with the FDNY.
Yes. I know my brother is actually a chief of the Battalion 22, and they had a couple of local servicemen over for dinner last night, showing great hospitality to our local servicemen.
So I see Mr. and Mrs. Ollis at the starting line, and it's Michael's mother holding the air horn, the ceremonial sound to get this race started.
Tension is mounting, Dan.
Oh, it's absolutely palpable.
I can smell the gun. It's about to go off.
People are starting to now line the streets. You see all the residents of New Dorp coming out of their homes now and sitting on their porches, verandas, and lanais, waving American flags. This scene here right now is picturesque, something out of a Norman Rockwell. Get home, man. Yeah, Chris is going to start the Gator from FDNY.
See Harry Gum just showed up. He's a local legend from Staten Island.
You know, all the people that you say are legends have your last name, ironically. Here we are, Kevin. The 7th annual SSG Mike Ollis Run. The runners are at the starting line.
I think I see Kevin Adamo at the front of the starting line. That's unusual. Kevin graduated with me in 1986. He might be coming out as a rabbit here trying to set a pace.
Looking for a hot start. I'm willing to take odds on anything. The runners are set. All right, they're off in the 7th annual SSG Mike Ollis Run. The bagpipes have gotten us started. And that is one heck of a way to start a run, as it's bib number 515, Ava Gum, pushing the pack to start. The Rolling Thunder Motorcycle Brigade is parading us down North Railroad Avenue right now.
We go past the Michael Ollis Memorial.
As we go past the Michael Ollis Memorial, you can see on your right-hand side.
She said they
see Mark Calls.
Other people on their porches waving the flags. You can see there's many runners. I'd say there's close to 500 runners today, Dan, looking back.
I mean, you could see this line all the way down, Kevin. We're stretching all the way down North Railroad Avenue right now.
What do we got in the lead here, Dan? You got any names for me?
Well, it's a two-man race right now. They've got bibs number 435. 460 is my man Carl's out of the Staten Island Run Club.
Approaching 1 minute and 25 seconds, passing Bryan Avenue, coming up on Bancroft.
Talk louder. Talk a little louder, Kevin, so the people at home, but I think they got you. But we are, passing Bancroft Avenue. It's a one-man show right now, as bib number 435 has about three steps on second place, I'd say.
Probably about 1/10 of a second, Dan. Not much. Kids settle into the race. Some kids have a better kick than others. Some people are better downhill runners. Some people are better uphill runners. We still got a lot of race left here today.
Absolutely. We've only just begun in the 7th annual SSG Michael Ollis Run.
Passing the Grand City Tavern, a local watering hole. It's Next Level Barbershop. It's where I get my hair cut.
I mean, this is
Shout
just,
out the Next Level.
these people, they all got to follow Nobody Cares Sportsman, because we're out here supporting the community as we now officially cross Lincoln Avenue.
The Grand City train station, approaching Grand City.
And it is a one-man show right now. As far as female runners are concerned, it looks like there's about a dozen male runners and then a female runner. So this happens every race, Kevin,
Yes,
right? Where
yes.
when it starts, everybody is mixed together. But the men tend to get a bit more distance right now. For the female runners, we're expecting Melissa Craker to come in and be mixing it up in that pack right beyond what we can't see right now, right? We know Ava Gum is back there. I'm not sure if Olga's running in today's race. She's always a
Tremendous
fan
runner.
favorite, an absolutely tremendous runner.
We're hitting a nice little downhill, Dan. You'll see the runners are starting to pick up a little pace. The pace car might want to hit the gas a little bit. A lot of these runners out front running nice and smooth, nice pace.
That's right. And of course, people at home say you got to stop by Kevin's Main Street Coffee for some coffee during the week.
Yeah, be
Smooth
careful.
pace right now.
Be careful when you hit those water stations today, Dan. We put a couple of coffees out there.
Oh, I like it.
Hoping they're iced coffees. Want people taking some quick.
Well, it's
swigs
something
of
that we
hot
wanted to do
beverage.
to shake it up. So to all runners out there, if you could just send a text to your loved ones, we have put select coffee cups at the water stations this morning.
That's right. Be careful of the cups with the Main Street coffee
Don't
stickers.
throw it on yourself.
Yeah, that's right, man. Sip it.
Take a sip.
Be a gentleman.
You gotta whisper sip it as they run by. Sip that.
That's
Sip
right.
that. That's hot coffee.
Hey, we're approaching the first turnaround point. Coming up on Jefferson Avenue.
And we're about 4.5 minutes into this 5K run.
Gonna be a quick downhill here.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, this second group of runners is really right behind the front, pushing the pace.
Yeah, we got the lead runner. He's out by about a second. Then we got another 5, maybe half a dozen runners. Just kind of hanging on his shoulder.
And my God, you see the endless stream of runners. Pick it up on the
Hit the
turn.
gas, hit the
Pick it
gas,
up.
hit
Hit
the
the gas.
gas,
Hit the
hit the
gas.
It's a quick turnaround. Almost lost the camera. Almost lost Dan.
I told you.
Here we go. First water station coming up at 5:12.
Watch out. All right, first water station, that's right. So on those turns, those are the only times that we got to hit it.
Yep.
Because these runners are absolutely trying to, they don't care about the gator, Kev. They don't care about the pace car.
No, let me tell you, he could be drafting off the gator right now, which is very smart. Breaking the wind for him. Might set a personal best today. Give a shout out to the NYPD today, doing a tremendous job out here.
Well, I think we tried to keep the camera best as possible on screen as we maneuvered that turn. Did I tear my ACL? Absolutely, right? But we're still here.
We need the tape. Get the tape. That's it.
All right, pick it up, pick it
Hit
up.
the gas, hit the gas. Are you drafting off us? You are, right? Yeah.
Well, no doubt it's creating a nice breeze for the runner.
Absolutely.
This is not a Tesla, however, so those fumes got to feel good.
Yeah, we are sucking him forward. Do you need a mask?
As we are now, I don't know, 6 minutes and 20 seconds into this 7th annual SSG front of the pack. BIP 435 is 110% drafting on the divided by the FDNY as we are going uphill now on just a little bit of a bump.
Yep, I hit that
Coming
bump
across the runners, they don't have to run in the bike lane, but it's almost as if it's helping them run a straight line.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to stay tight, right? The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, Dan. So these guys try to hug the curves as best they can.
And he'll be going for his first water.
Passing the local 7-Eleven. There's Hugo, the local proprietor. One of the famous spots here on Staten Island. big bus stop for the drivers. He does a great job.
Kevin, I am shocked with your amount of knowledge on New Dorp. This is unbelievable. Did you study last night or something?
Now, look at Metropolis, the new steakhouse.
As we drive by Pagoda Pools, they're out there cheering on the runners as we stream down North Railroad Avenue. Now I'm going to pan the camera all the way down so you can see there is a stream of runners as far as the eye can see.
We got about a 10-second lead on the number 2 runner.
He's had a good pace all morning, and he's continuing that within the first 10 minutes of the run so far.
Here we're going to go.
If you're tuning in to this early broadcast on Sunday, June 11th, this is the 9th annual SSG Mike OLLIS run, turning into a personal highlight reel for some, but a memorable experience for all, as we now move across Bancroft Avenue.
Beautiful tree-lined neighborhood, Dan.
Absolutely one of the most picturesque neighborhoods that you could find here in the New York area, central Staten Island, is New Dorp. And a big shout out to Joe LeBron and his team of Real Realtors sponsoring today's broadcast. You can reach out to them and learn more about this real estate.
Got a 12-second lead off the number 2 man right now. We're moving at a very good pace. A couple of local kids from New Dorp are out there cheering the runners on. That's great to see.
Well, as you can see, the runners behind our lead runner streaming down North Railroad Avenue. Ava Gum is back there. Last we saw, she was the lead runner, so for the female bracket.
Passing the local Catholic school, Our Lady Queen of Peace, the top of New Dorp Lane. Got bacon, egg, and cheese. He got you yet? All right.
In a shocking series of events, Kevin also knew that police officer working, and a big thank you to everybody out here keeping the streets safe this morning.
Little Taste of Italy Gourmet. We got to get them as a sponsor, Dan. They have tremendous sandwiches.
Now we see a good crowd of people out right now supporting. Coming across New Dorp Lane.
We go another water station. He chooses not to partake in a beverage at this point.
You can pick it up,
He's feeling
pick it up,
strong.
pick it up, pick it up.
Seems to be picking up steam. He's about a 20-second lead, if not more.
And as we tell the pace car driver to pick it up, Chris is doing his best to stay with the runners, right? But this kid is changing speeds throughout the course of the race. All right, can slow it down a little bit. As we cross Wildflowers, and we are approaching. All right, we're turning. Second turn of the day. You can pick it up, you can pick it up, pick it up.
Need some also Realty. We're heading back towards New Dorp Lane. We're gonna kind of cross back up New Dorp Lane and back down North Railroad, kind of like a figure-8 pattern. Runners might get a little dizzy, but it's a beautiful course through the local plaza here, New Dorp Plaza.
I'll tell you, bib number 435 is a one-man wrecking crew right now. Paces, time, how much would you say? There's about 7 seconds between him and the next set of runners.
Wow, we're about a 20-second lead right now, Dan. He's really pulling away.
As we come across this finish line this afternoon,
here comes the figure-8. Here we go, he's staying tight. Probably got about less than a mile left here, Dan. Looking very strong. Starting to sweat a little bit.
And you're starting to see him run against the rest of the pack, right? So that's what you're seeing on the right side. I know we need the name of the leader. Kevin, you want to just shout out and ask him his name when he gets close?
You got it, you got
Sounds good. I know we need the name of this kid. There's about 1,000 people registered in the run, so it was hard to figure out who was going to be our leader. We tried our best at the beginning.
You never know who's going to show up on race day, Dan. You know, I always came in looking to win a race, and always be that at least 50 runners who would sign up on race day and would beat me.
That's what we call dark horses.
A lot of dark horses in my life, Dan.
Call those skeletons. They're a little bit different, Kevin, as we move past Locust Avenue. I had to fire one shot back.
Speaking of dark horses, how's your father, Dan?
Commodore up there. Shout out to the Commodore.
Let's give a shout out to Olivia Gum, who's actually our co-pilot today here at the race.
She's doing a great job up there.
Doing good. On that last turn, I think I might have turned off my stopwatch, Dan, so we no longer have a time of the race.
Well, the wheels usually fall off the broadcast as we approach another turn here. Coming down the proverbial home stretch, Kevin, as you mentioned, maybe another half mile to go.
If even, Dan, if even. He's going to kick it in here. Let's go, let's
turn
go.
It up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Here we go. Pulling away. We got a good 30-second lead here, Dan. Looking strong. Keeping those hands high, elbows tight.
I mean,
picturesque.
Now finally,
making the turn.
We are just seeing runners make the turn that we had made all but about 40-45 seconds ago. So I'd say it's almost a full minute it can be, the distance between first and second place right now.
There's a quick check behind his shoulder.
I mean, at this point, I think it's safe to say that he can look behind his shoulder as we pass the Mike OLLIS Memorial for the second time today, beautiful, past Burbank Avenue.
I think you might need a pair of binoculars to see who's actually in second place, Dan.
People ask questions all the time. I often don't have the answers, and I rely on my eyes. Kevin, this kid's so far in front of the pack, it is just him and nobody else.
Nobody cares.
Nobody does, but he's crushing it. Yep.
We're approaching the last turn,
That's
heading
right.
towards the finish line.
That's right, hit it, go gun it. Down the stretch we come as we hit New Dorp Lane, going through the finish line. Little bump.
Here we go, Dan. Finishing very strong today.
And we have a winner in the SSG Mike OLLIS run. Kevin, he dominated the absolute entire time.
Rich, what kind of time is that?
Tremendous job, Dan. Tremendous job. Let's grab him over here.
16:04.
Oh, man. Good job, brother. Good job.
What's your name, brother?
Let him catch his breath. Runners do not like to be jumped on at the end of the race.
Absolutely
They
not.
like their space. His name is Joe. I hear George Constantine usually has a very good.
George loves everybody. I go to Binghamton University, but I don't run there.
What's your last name?
Sculacciati?
Sculacciati?
Yeah.
Joe Sculacciati.
The easiest name I ever
Turn
heard.
around the wheel in Steve's head. That's
An
unbelievable.
Italian name.
Bro,
You got one
absolutely dominated.
One of the
Kevin,
guys
get
in the
in
cold
there.
guard. He had it under the hat, but he's kind of rocking like the house play look.
We got George Kochman here, another local legend. This guy does
All right, here comes
tremendous
another
job
elite runner.
around reporting
This
to all
will
the
be
local
our number 2
runners.
guy.
And you check later today, the SI Live,
Nice
Staten
stuff.
Island Advance. George Kochman always puts out a tremendous article on the local athletes.
Thank you.
George goes for clicks, so make sure you click on his article and give him a thumbs up.
Thank you.
And here we are today with Joe, the winner of the race.
Because
Tremendous
first
job,
N1
Joe.
TV,
You've been very
run.
strong out there. Built about a good 30-second lead on the rest of the field. Now, were you a race
Nice
day
job,
sign-up?
guys.
Did you just show up this morning as a dark horse?
I originally planned to sign up online, but
Hate guys like you, Joe. You always knock me out of the lead.
next year I'll do it. But I just signed up regular. I come here every year. 2 years ago I lost to Joe Venditti.
Joe's a good runner. Yeah, Joe's a good, very strong, very strong.
So I'm happy to come out and
Now you were local Staten Island. You grew up on Staten
I
Island.
went to Tottenham High School.
Tonneville High School. Okay, very good. And now you're in college.
I'm at Binghamton University, just upstate, but I'm not on the track and field team there.
All right, all right. You run independently for
Of course,
anybody?
yeah. Indoor I ran 4:19 for the mile at Ocean Breeze, so
Very
I'm
nice.
sticking up
Very
with
nice.
it. Yeah,
You hit
never
the
gonna stop.
Nationals at all? You hit New Balance and Boston.
Another top runners. Here they
Massachusetts.
come.
You're heading out to
Looks like
Oregon,
this is our
or what do you got
top
going on?
Hopefully next year, yeah.
All right, very
Top
good.
big
Very-
one.
The rest of outdoor, I'm just gonna run road
I
races.
know nowadays you could identify or
We're gonna let you
whatever
catch
that
your
is.
breath and get some water. We'll catch up
just
with you a little
made
bit
you
before we
feel
go.
bad.
Great job, man. Awesome.
That's our winner. We'll be back with more from the OLLIS run.
Hey, Begum just
As
finished.
it looks like we have Olga come across the finish line first for the ladies. And then Ava Gum, I believe, in second. So more from the
Nice job,
SSG
guys.
Mike
Nice
OLLIS
job.
run. Follow along on Instagram and Facebook for more today. Great job, Kevin Gum. Danny Shanad, Bookie, peace out.